In every relationship, there's always that one person who loves playing games. And when it comes to an avoidant, their favorite game is the push-pull. One day, they're so close to you, it feels like the world has stopped, and the very next day, they ignore you like you don't even exist. And the most frustrating part, you can never figure out what's really going on. You find yourself asking, do they actually like me? Am I important to them? Or am I just overthinking? This confusion is exactly what pulls you deeper into their trap. And that's where the avoidant wins, because the more confused you are, the more control they gain over you. Now imagine this. What if you had access to the very strategy they're using against you? What if you could decode their push-pull pattern and flip the game right back on them? What if for the first time you could beat them at their own game? That's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to walk you step by step through the psychology of the avoidant, why they play this push-pull game, and most importantly, how you can take your power back. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll have the clarity you've been missing all along. And once you have that clarity, their game won't work on you anymore. Up until now, they've been playing with your emotions, but it's time you turn the tables and checkmate them in their own game. Have you ever been in a situation where one day this avoidant person makes you feel like you're the center of their universe, and the very next day they treat you like a stranger? One moment, they're calling, texting, laughing with you, opening up in ways that make you think, okay, maybe this is finally real. And then out of nowhere, silence, coldness, distance. This back and forth doesn't just confuse you, it drains you. Because every time they pull away, you start questioning yourself. Did I say something wrong? Did I do too much? Maybe I'm not good enough. And that's the trap. Instead of seeing the pattern for what it is, you turn the blame inward. It feels like an emotional roller coaster you never signed up for. One day you're at the top, excited, full of hope, feeling chosen. The next day, you're crashing down, left hanging in uncertainty, replaying every conversation in your head, trying to decode what went wrong. That constant shift between closeness and distance leaves you anxious, restless, and emotionally exhausted. And here's the hardest part. Deep down you know this cycle isn't healthy. You know that real connection shouldn't feel like a game of hide and seek. But when you're in it, it's almost impossible to pull yourself out, because those little moments of closeness, the laughs, the late night talks, the rare times they actually open up, keep you hooked. You start chasing those highs, hoping the lows will eventually stop, but they don't stop. The push-pull game keeps repeating over and over, and with each cycle, you lose a little more of your peace of mind, a little more of your self-worth. That's the real problem. It's not just about their hot and cold behavior, it's about what it does to you inside. It makes you question your value, your place in their life, and sometimes even your own reality. And if you've ever felt stuck in this cycle, I want you to know you're not alone. This is exactly what being caught in an avoidance push-pull game feels like, and recognizing it is the very first step to breaking free. Picture this. Last night, you're on the phone with them. They're laughing, joking, sharing little details about their day. For that moment, everything feels perfect. You're smiling at the screen, thinking, finally, we're connecting. Maybe we're moving forward. You hang up, feeling warm, reassured, almost certain that things are different now. But then today arrives, and it's like they've disappeared. No calls, no replies. Maybe they left you on scene, or maybe they haven't even opened your message. Hours go by. Your mind starts spinning. Did I say something wrong last night? Did I share too much? Are they upset with me? Or are they just not interested anymore? That's the trap of the push-pull game. The night before they pulled you close enough to feel safe, to feel wanted, and then the very next day, they pushed you away, leaving you lost in silence. And let's be honest, when that silence hits, it doesn't just feel like quiet, it feels like rejection, it feels like abandonment. Your chest feels heavy, your stomach tightens, and suddenly, you can't focus on anything else. You're checking your phone every 5 minutes, replaying last night's conversation, desperately trying to find a clue about what went wrong. Sometimes after hours, or even days, they'll pop back in casual, carefree, as if nothing happened. They'll send a simple hey, or drop a random meme, and because you've been starving for that attention, you grab onto it. You feel relief, like, finally things are back to normal. But here's the thing, that cycle doesn't stop. Each time they disappear and reappear, you get pulled deeper into the roller coaster. And the scariest part, you start adjusting to it. You start normalizing their inconsistency. You tell yourself, maybe this is just how they are. Maybe this is what love looks like. If any of this sounds familiar, it's because you've lived it. And that's exactly why the push-pull dynamic is so powerful, because it feeds on your hope one moment and your fear the next. It keeps you hooked, waiting, and constantly questioning. And the truth is, this roller coaster isn't love. It's a pattern, a game, and the more you recognize it, the easier it becomes to step off the ride. Here's the truth. Avoidants aren't acting hot and cold just to annoy you. On the surface, it might feel like they're being careless, selfish, or even cruel, but deep down, the psychology behind it is more complex. Avoidant people crave connection, just like anyone else. That's why they sometimes pull you close, why they share those sweet moments, why they laugh with you and let their guard down. They want intimacy, they want love, but the moment they actually start to feel it, something inside of them panics. You see, avoidants carry a deep fear of intimacy. To them, closeness feels dangerous. It feels suffocating, overwhelming, like the moment they let you in completely, they'll lose themselves or worse, get abandoned. So when the connection starts to feel too real, their defense mechanism kicks in. That's when they push you away. It's almost like a reflex. They don't sit there and think, let me confuse this person today. Instead, it's automatic. They feel threatened by vulnerability, so they retreat emotionally, physically, or both. And then once the fear settles down, they pull you back in because deep down they don't actually want to lose you. This is the push-pull cycle in action. Pull you close when they feel lonely, push you away when they feel too vulnerable, over and over again. And here's the part no one talks about. The push isn't about you. The pull isn't about you. It's about them, their fears, their unresolved wounds, their need for control. But when you're on the receiving end, it feels personal. It feels like rejection. That's why this game hurts so much. Think of it this way. Imagine someone standing at the door of their heart. They invite you in, but the moment you step too far, they slam the door shut. Then when they miss your presence, they open it just a crack. Not enough for full closeness, but enough to keep you waiting outside. That's the reality of the avoidance world. They're not bad people. They're scared people. Scared of closeness, scared of loss, scared of being truly seen. And until you understand that, it's easy to mistake their cycle as love, when in fact, it's a survival strategy. Here's where things get dangerous. The push-pull game isn't just frustrating. It eats away at you slowly in ways you don't even notice at first. Every time they pull you close, you feel safe. You start to believe, yes, this is real. They care about me. But then when they suddenly push you away, your whole world crashes. You're left questioning yourself. What did I do wrong? Why did their energy change? Was I too much? Not enough? And that's the cruel part. You start internalizing their pattern as your fault. You blame yourself, instead of seeing that this is their cycle, not your weakness. Over time, this roller coaster chips away at your mental health. The constant guessing, the waiting, the overthinking. It builds anxiety. You can't focus on your work. You lose sleep. You're always checking your phone, searching for clues, replaying old conversations in your head, and each time they disappear, the silence feels heavier. This doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your sense of self-worth. You begin to feel like you're not lovable, unless you're chasing, fixing, or proving yourself to them. You settle for crumbs of attention because those crumbs feel better than emptiness. And here's the truth. This game trains your brain to accept inconsistency as normal. It rewires you to equate love with chaos, to think that closeness always comes with fear, that rejection is just part of connection. And the longer you stay in this cycle, the harder it gets to remember what healthy love even looks like. But let's be clear, the problem isn't you. The danger isn't that you love too much. The danger is that their push-pull pattern made you doubt your own value, made you feel like you have to earn the bare minimum. And that's exactly why this matters. Because the real damage of the avoidance push-pull game isn't the silence, or the distance, or the mixed signals. The real damage is what it does to your heart, your mind, and your belief about yourself. If this feels familiar, it's not an accident. You're not weak. You're not broken, caught in a pattern that was never yours to begin with. And recognizing that is the first step to breaking free. Let's talk about the myths, the false beliefs that keep people trapped in the avoidance push-pull cycle. Because here's the truth. Sometimes it's not just the avoidance behavior that hurts you. It's the stories you tell yourself about how to fix it. One of the biggest misconceptions is this: if I just care more, love harder, and show them how loyal I am, they'll finally stop running. But reality check: the more you chase an avoidant, the faster they pull away. Why? Because chasing confirms their fear of losing independence. To them, your extra effort feels like pressure, not love. Another common belief is, if I stay patient long enough, they'll eventually change. But patience doesn't heal avoidance. Avoidants don't suddenly wake up one morning and decide to stop playing the push-pull game unless they recognize their own patterns and actively work on them. Nothing shifts. Waiting in silence only drains you more. Here's another myth: if I do everything right, say the perfect words, never upset them, never demand too much, they'll finally feel safe and stay consistent. Wrong. Avoidance isn't triggered by you being wrong. It's triggered by intimacy itself. You could be perfect in every way, and they'd still retreat the moment closeness feels threatening. And maybe the most damaging misconception of all: it must be my fault. If they keep pulling away, it's because I'm not good enough. No. Their pattern existed long before you. It's not proof of your inadequacy. It's proof of their fear. See, these myths are dangerous because they trap you in a loop. They make you double down on strategies that will never work. Chasing harder, waiting longer, self-blaming deeper, and every time those strategies fail, you feel more powerless. But here's the truth bomb: you cannot love someone out of avoidance. You cannot fix it by shrinking yourself, by overgiving, or by proving your worth. The harder you try, the more the game continues. And that's why it's so important to see these misconceptions for what they are: illusions, lies that keep you stuck. Once you shatter them, you stop playing the avoidance game on their terms. Now that you understand the push-pull cycle, here's the part you've been waiting for: how to break it, how to stop being controlled by their game, and finally take your power back. The truth is, beating the avoidant isn't about manipulating them. It's about shifting your response so the game no longer works on you. Here's how. 1. Stop playing by their rules. When they pull away, your instinct will be to chase. Don't. That's exactly what fuels the cycle. Instead, match their distance with calm detachment. If they disappear, don't panic. Use that space to focus on yourself. When they realize their push doesn't control your emotions, the game starts to lose power. 2. Protect your boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls. They're standards. Make it clear through your actions that you won't tolerate hot and cold behavior. For example, if they ghost for days and then casually reappear, you don't have to instantly reward them with your attention. Boundaries show them that your self-worth isn't up for negotiation. 3. Stay emotionally grounded. Avoidants thrive on your reactions. The overthinking, the anxiety, the desperate attempts to fix things. The more you react, the more control they have. But if you stay grounded, calm and centered, you take that power away. Practice pausing before responding. Ask yourself, is this about me, or is this their pattern? 4. Shift the focus back to you. The biggest mistake people make is pouring all their energy into managing the avoidant. Flip the script. Invest that energy into yourself. Build your confidence. Nurture your hobbies. Strengthen your support system. The more fulfilled you feel in your own life, the less tempting their push-pull cycle becomes. 5. Remember, consistency is the standard. At the end of the day, love should feel steady, not chaotic. If someone keeps showing you inconsistency, the most powerful move isn't chasing or fixing them. It's deciding whether you even want to keep playing this game at all. Because here's the ultimate truth. You beat the avoidant, not by winning their approval, but by refusing to let their inconsistency define your value. That's real power. So here's the bottom line. Beating an avoidant at their own push-pull game isn't about outsmarting them. It's about refusing to let their inconsistency control you. It's about understanding the pattern, breaking the cycle, and choosing your self-worth over their mixed signals. Because remember this: someone who truly values you doesn't keep you guessing. Real love doesn't feel like chaos. It feels steady, safe, and clear. And the moment you stop rewarding hot and cold behavior with your attention, the game ends. That's your power. Not chasing, not proving, not waiting, but standing strong in the truth that you deserve more than crumbs. And once you start living that truth, no avoidant can pull you back into their trap. If this video opened your eyes, if you felt even one moment where you thought, yes, this is exactly my story, then don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button right now, because it tells me this message mattered to you. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, someone who might be stuck in the same cycle. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me your story, your struggles, your breakthroughs. I read them all. And if you want more content like this, where we break down the real dynamics of love, relationships and self-worth, make sure you subscribe. Because remember, your value doesn't depend on someone else's inconsistency.